Hello, internet world. It is the end of February already, which seems like a massive trick of the calendar. I do not know how we got here or what day it is or what's happening. But today we get to talk about something that's been sitting in my heart for a long time. And so I'm really thrilled to introduce you to Lesline Pittman, who teaches yoga to busy moms to fight burnout so they can be more present in their children's lives. Lesline is a registered nurse, a certified yoga teacher, and a certified life coach. And that's just a long-winded way of saying that she is a yoga coach. She has over a decade of experience managing patients' chronic conditions such as high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. Through the use of restorative movement, amen, breath work, amen again, and mindset coaching, Lesline shows moms how it is possible to put themselves first. She has a one-on-one yoga coaching and her virtual yoga studio that shows moms how to go from stressed to refreshed. She now shares her story nationwide and has been on AfroTV, a TV station. And she has shared and taught yoga to Girl Scouts of America, Orange County Library Systems, and Fortune 500 companies. Lesline, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Cait. That bio, I'm like, I did all of that.
You did all of it. Isn't it such a joy to be reminded of that sometimes?
Yeah. No, it is. And learning how to not feel uncomfortable. Like,
oh no, it needs to be celebrated. On the opposite of uncomfortable, it should be joyful. We're so unaccustomed to allowing space for praise, but you heard that bio.
I did.
Right? If that was somebody else, how would you feel about it?
I would be like, wow, I want to be like them. I would I want to be like her.
So number one top tip is live a life that makes you want to be like yourself when you grow up.
Yes. Yes.
This show is Expert Burnout Tips, and we are here for short periods of time to give people something that they can work on, in particular, an actionable step in a short amount of time. And I know that today you want to talk to mothers and especially to Black mothers. So for the Black mothers that might be watching us out there today, what is your number one top tip?
Take a nap. That's it. Take a nap. You don't got to buy anything. You don't have to go anywhere. The only thing you have to do is ask for help. So if you are blessed to have a partner or some kind of support, tell them, do not ask. Tell them, I am going to take a nap in about an hour. Can you watch the kids while if you have younger kids? I have 2 young kids, so like they can't really fend for themselves yet. I have a 3-year-old girl. I have to like pause and think about that. And a 4-year-old boy. So, they still need help with a lot of things. So I have to make sure, especially when it comes to like self-prioritization, that I am delegating. It goes hand in hand, delegating and knowing that it's okay. Not even that it's okay, it's more than okay to ask my partner to help me to take a nap.
Yeah. So there are people out there that are saying, yeah, well, I don't have a partner.
Right. Yeah.
I'm here on my own.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
This to me is a moment of tap into your community.
Right.
What do you think people should do if they're feeling guilty about asking for help?
Oy. So I immediately think of 2 friends of mine, and one of them is actually my sister-in-law, and she loves to help. And I'm somebody that used to get weird about it. She'd be like, she would literally, and she still sometimes does have to remind me, she's like, I just want to help you, Lesline. Like she has to say it like that. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And I've been way better, especially the past 3 years since I've become certified as a yoga teacher and a life coach. Like I do need the help. So it's like, it's learning how to listen to when people are like people that care about you, first and foremost, people that care about you and have your best interest at heart, when they're literally saying with their words, like, I want to help you. Like if a person says that, and if they say, if there's anything that you need, let me know, like take those words and then, reach out. And the worst the person can say, one, they cannot respond. Or they can say, yes, what do you need? And then you'd be like, can you come over and watch my kids while I take a nap? It'll just make me feel, and you don't even have to explain yourself. But I know as a mom, I'll be able to rest better knowing that somebody has eyes on my kids and that they're not like ravaging the pantry and like doing God knows what. Because, you know. But we have a lot. We have, this is like, but we have like a kid proof thing on the.
Yeah. And they know how to open it already?
Not yet.
Oh, trust me, they will figure it out.
I know, I'm not ready.
We talk about asking for help a lot over at Fried the Burnout podcast. And this first stage of there's a lot of criticism in the space of people saying, oh, let me know what you need. And people are like, I don't know what I need. Like, how am I supposed to ask? How do you know what you need? Right. My first guess is if you don't know what you need, just ask for time to take a nap.
Yes. Like use this episode as like, okay, I'm going to take a nap. Let me do that. Yeah. Or I'm going to go into yoga part of me. Get quiet with yourself. You know, even if that's like before you're on your way to pick the kids up from school and before you're going into the school, sit with yourself for a minute and take 3 deep breaths. And while you're doing that, you know, asking yourself, what do I really want when it comes to like resting or whatever it may, or prioritizing yourself? And you'll be surprised, like you have the answer, like you have it, but you just have to get really quiet with yourself. And I know for me, I have to not be around my kids for that to happen. Like, and everybody's different, but I know for me, I have to separate myself. I have to go take another thing. I like to take walks. So I will leave my home and like go outside, you know?
Yeah. So getting okay with asking someone to show up so that you can do something that other people might not think is quote unquote necessary.
Yeah.
But is necessary.
Yes. And, you know, with black moms, black women, black community, we do have a lot of trust issues. Like, you know, somebody may be watching this and be like, you know, I've tried to ask people to help me and it didn't work out. Like they didn't show up, you know, like they didn't come to my house once I asked them to take a nap. And, you know, use that as a learning lesson. Like don't hinder yourself from not asking again, because just ask a different person. That's what I'm getting at. Ask a different person, but don't use that one, maybe twice. Like, cause then also assess that. Like, were you asking the same person? And like, how did you ask them? Because that's something else. No matter what kind of person is, you have to be direct. You have to be direct. So that's why I'm glad Cait said, what is your tip? And I said, take a nap. So you're going to say to the person, I need to take a nap. You got to schedule it. You got to schedule the nap. You have to. So like, you got to put it down. So maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or maybe in a week, right? You know, because when it comes to mom life, we got to plan things out a long time. And then be like, okay, let me ask somebody different. Who in my life has like, you know, checked on me or whatnot? And then reach out to them. Even if it's been a quote unquote long time. Don't think you're bothering them. Because I know as Black women, we always think we're bothering somebody. You are not. You are not bothering anybody.
And even if you are, if they don't want to help, they're allowed to say no.
That too. Like
they're adults.
Yes.
Like let's be okay with allowing people the grace of responding to our requests the way that they're going to respond to our requests. If they're ghosting us because they're not mature enough to be able to say no because they feel bad, that's data too.
And you know, that reminds me of actually in my virtual yoga studio, we're doing a series right now. We're reading the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And last month we read Don't Take Anything Personal. I felt like it was the perfect way to start the year because I've been guilty as charged with what Cait just said. Like you may ask somebody for something. And I like to be transparent. Like even though I'm a yoga teacher, nurse, all of these things, like I still have my moments, right? And sometimes I may ask somebody for something and they say like no, or they may say something else and it might rub me the wrong way. And I have to realize, like, I can't take anything personal. Like, it's not about me. Like, it's them. Like, they are saying, like, they cannot do this or they cannot blah, blah, blah. So you have to also learn. And one thing I pride myself in is I'm very resourceful, very resourceful. So just really using that, the communities that I have, and googling things, like, just googling Facebook groups. Like, I was sharing this with Cait before. I'm in a Facebook group called Black Moms Orlando. Don't sleep on Facebook. That's all I'm gonna say. There's over 2,000 Black moms in that Facebook group that live in the Orlando area. I can reach out to any of them, and, like, we can just have a conversation, whatever I need. So I just encourage you to do that. Like, reach out. You will feel so much better for it.
I love this so much, and we also talked about we're already we try and keep these short, but I think one of the things that we talked about that I think is so important, your main work is using yoga to teach, especially Black mothers, how to prioritize themselves.
Yeah.
Is that a good summary?
Yeah, no, you
Okay.
before we got I was like, yeah, no, that's a way better summary than I currently have, like, everywhere. So I'm gonna probably take yes,
It's yours.
thank you,
That's
Cait.
your gift for coming on the show.
Thank you.
New tagline.
Yes.
I I want to just take another couple of minutes to describe how important it is for women and Black women especially to take time to learn how to be safe in their bodies and how yoga can help with that.
Yeah. It is extremely important. Black women, we deserve it, like, the most. You could go back historically and see all the things that have been done to Black women specifically. I'm not going to get into all of that, but we need it the most. And yoga help. I lost my train of thought.
Take your
Wow.
time.
Yo,
This is a big
yeah.
topic. This
Yeah.
is a really big topic that we're squishing into, like, 3-minute sound bites, right?
Yeah.
So, but take a moment if you need it.
Can you repeat the question again, please?
How does yoga help Black women to feel safe in their own bodies?
Yes. Yoga has helped me feel safe in my own body by learning that it's okay to feel.
Mm.
I almost get emotional saying that. It's okay to feel. A lot of us now probably are seeing this whole thing of Black women saying we don't want to be the strong Black woman anymore. We don't like that. I don't subscribe to it at all, actually. And what was really interesting growing up, and even as I'm still a new mom, but, like, when I was pregnant, it, it was, like, really interesting because I felt like I had to be strong, but then I was like, I'm pregnant. Like, I want people to help take care of me. I want the doula. I want all of the support. Like, one thing about me is I've always wanted support, and I used to feel guilty about asking for support because I had this whole thing, which I didn't even know, but I had this whole thing around I have to be a strong Black woman. And quickly, my mom, she was, how do I even say this in a concise way, but I didn't really see her express herself all of the time. I can, like, count on my fingers the times I've seen her cry. And one of those times was after she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Mm.
She came back home, she got all this equipment, she didn't know what to do, and she was crying. And that was the reason I actually became a registered nurse, because I was like, I want to be able to help people like my mom, because my mom doesn't have a lot of friends, and she still doesn't. And it's just, I'm just like, wow, like, how did she do all of, like, it was my mom and my dad that took care of me and my sister, but I was just like, how did she, like, sometimes I just want to, like, kiki with my friends and, like, say, F the kid, like, all of that. And, like, I'm like, when did she get that time? And so it's like learning, so I didn't really see her feel a lot, is the what I'm trying to get at.
Mm.
I didn't see her feel a lot. So then I had this I don't know if it's a comp, whatever you want to call it, but the strong Black woman thing. And then I became
Yeah.
pregnant, and I was like, but I need support. Like
Yeah.
somewhere deep down in my like gut was like, you need the support. It's okay
Yeah.
to have be soft and say, like, because even my husband will have to remind me, like, Lesline, I'm here to help you. You notice I'm always like because they literally, that's how it feels. They're like staring into my
Blinders.
soul.
Yeah.
And because I'm just like, oh, I have to do it all. And
Yeah.
that's something else, even amongst my friends. Well, we still have to like shake us up, like, hey, you don't have to do it all. You do not have to be the strong Black woman. The strong Black woman ends up being burnt out, ends up having all of these chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure. Those are the things that are constant things in our community. And I'm not saying that yoga is the cure for it. No, because I'm all here. I am nurse.
But it'll help.
It helps. Like, you do need to take your medication and all that stuff, but it helps. It helps so much to just feel. And the last thing I'll say about this is, in a lot of my classes, I'm always like, the reason I love yoga is because you learn to not judge. You learn to not judge, oh, I'm feeling good, like not judging that, or I'm feeling bad. It just is. It just is. And that's why I love yoga so much, because you learn how to assess these feelings and not attach anything to the feelings. So, yeah.
I love that. And that's a huge lesson that I've gotten from yoga in my life too. And from my Chinese medicine background teaches that too. It's all information. It's just
Yeah.
information.
Yes, that's what I was getting.
It's not good or bad. It's just information, right? Lesline, there are some women that are watching this right now that are like, I need her tomorrow or yesterday. Tell people where to find you.
Yeah, so like Cait put here on my website, first and foremost, LeslinePittman.com.
Not Lee.
Yeah, that's I'm like, LeslinePittman.com. Once you go on there, a pop-up is going to pop up, and it's going to say, hey, 7 days of yoga for you for free. And I come in your inbox every day for 7 days, and you do one yoga pose. So if you're like, okay, one last thing. If you're like, I don't have time to do the nap, Lesline, is team too much, do the yoga challenge. It's less each pose that I give you, and it's me. You see me in these videos. Less than 5 minutes. So you can do it with the kid. If you need to, okay? I just want you to have that. So go on my website. That's my gift to you all.
I love it. Lesline, thank you so much. And everybody out there, take a moment. Take a moment to check in with yourself. Take a moment to find out what you need, and take a moment to figure out who you can ask.
Yeah.
Because we all need support. We're not doing any of this alone. And we're in it together.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. See you next time, everybody.